And so what I'm going to tell you from not only my experience, but from the Bible, tithing is right. It's wisdom to tithe. It's wisdom to give the 10%. And I will guarantee you that God will open up doors for you that you never thought he would open. Let me give you this last scripture. Psalms 66 and 12. This is why a lot of folks don't tithe, because they go through these problems and they can't understand it. Psalm 66 and 12. And when you go through them, you got to understand. That's why I want to give you an understanding of what God is doing. When you don't understand what God is doing, and it make you hurt, and you say, why somebody else is doing this? Why they always being blessed? And why I don't have this? And why? Do you know it takes 4 other adverbs to tell you why? Where, when, how, what? Where, when, why, her, what? If you can't answer where, when, why, what, you can't answer why. How? That's why. All right, y'all got it? I know y'all loving this teaching. Y'all about to shout now, but hold your shout. Psalms 66, verse 12. Now look at verse 12. Verse 12 said what? Thou have caused men to rise over our head. Now, you see other people prospering. You see other people look like they hate God. They got good cars. They got homes. And here you are, love God, and you're just barely making it. You're tithing, just starting off tithing, and you're barely making it. And you say, my God, how can they be making it like that? I had a man on my job once. He had a cigar. He was smoking his cigar, and he was blowing it. And he said to me, see, Reverend, I don't believe in God. Look what I have. Got a home, I got a car. You don't have that. You're giving all your money to the church. 7 years later, he died from cancer. He died from cancer. In the house and everything else he had, he didn't enjoy it. He didn't enjoy it. So, you watch folks rise over your head, look like they're making it. Anybody beside me ever been there? Been there that you've seen people with all these things and so forth, and they weren't living right. They didn't care about God. They did some heinous thing. They was getting hooking and crooking by any way they could. But notice what it said. Thou have caused men to rise over our head. We went through what? We went through fire and through water. I mean, you're going through a whole lot. One out of one fire into another one. But do you know God is making you so when he give you what he want to give you, you can appreciate it. He's bringing on the appreciation. So you're going through one thing after another. And look like the person that don't love God, they ain't going through nothing. They don't have no trouble. Here you are, you're trying to rear your children right, and you're teaching them, and they're going astray. Here's the person that not teaching the children no principle, and they look like their children are doing everything right. Everything right. And you're wondering, say, my God, how is it? I'm in the church, I'm praying, I'm fasting, and I'm going through. But watch what it says here at the end. My God, he said, look, let's go back to the verse. Thou have caused men to rise over our head. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. God is getting you ready for your wealthy place. He's getting ready to put you in a place you've never been before. He's getting ready to bring you through your sorrows, bring you through your trouble. He's getting ready to rebuke the devil for your sake. My God, and I'm telling you that God is going to do it. I know in my heart now, I know now more than I ever knew in my life that I'm standing in my blessed place. My God, when I hit 50 years in the church and 51 years preaching and 50 years married, God brought to my attention that now is the time you're going to get the Jubilee blessing. I'm going to give back to you what men stole from you. I'm going to give back to you what folks took from you and what they said. That, my God, the laughing stock won't be no more. They're going to look back and say, how in the world is it being blessed like that? And I'm trying to share it with some of you. I'm trying to pull some of you all out. I'm trying to drag you along. But I'm going to turn some of you loose. I ain't going to sprain my back on you. You don't want to go, you don't have to go. Don't have to go. I'm going to just continue to preach the gospel. Continue to preach by precept and examples. Precept and example. I'm not telling you something that I heard. I'm not telling you I haven't given you an example today about anybody else. I told you about myself. I told you about myself. I've been there. I've done that. When you tell me about what you're going through and how hard it is, and sometimes I have people say, you don't know, you never been through that. You don't know what I've been through. All you know is what you saw me go through. But you don't know what I've been through. You know, here's the thing. You know, I was reading an article about a person in the Whole Truth magazine. But I know that the magazine didn't tell the whole truth. The magazine just told the truth as much as they knew. Nobody knows the whole truth about your life but God and you. I wish I had a witness here. There's some things you have done you're not going to tell nobody. And if God didn't know it, you wouldn't even tell him. I wish I had some real folks. But God knows the whole truth. That's what I like about him. He knows the whole truth about you. And in spite of knowing the whole truth, he still loves you.